The movement of a transport vehicle was detected in the direction of Pokrovsky. Russian attack drones then swiftly mobilized, intercepted the vehicle and issued a fine. UAV operators of the 29th Army of the Vostok Group detected the movement of 3 soldiers. These soldiers realized that they had been detected and set off to change their position. After some distance, they went into another house and hid, but the drones continued to follow them in the sky. Then the attack drone took off, and that was that. Footage of the destruction of the Bukovel AD electronic warfare system by a Russian Lancet kamikaze drone, with a heavy strike in the direction of Kharkiv. In the Zaporizhzhia region, Russian mortar crews hit a basement where Ukrainian armed forces infantrymen were located. It then hit the house next to the basement. The basement and the house were destroyed. The BM-21 Grad MLRS of the Dnipro Group of Forces hit the temporary deployment points of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kherson region. The BM-21 Grad is a simple, effective, and lethal classic multi-barreled rocket launcher system. It is still active on the modern battlefield, playing a particularly important role in wide-area fire support. Russian FPV drone struck an armored infantry carrier vehicle moving in an open field with spectacular maneuvers. The Russian Air Force, using FAB-3000s, destroyed the 37th deployment point in the Donetsk direction with a powerful bombardment. On Kursk territory, Russian UAV troops never leave the sky. Constantly conducting aerial reconnaissance, they detect all the enemy's movements and hit all their positions, bunkers, equipment, weapons, communication devices. Soldiers whose equipment was shot down hid in the surrounding houses that were slightly damaged, but the drones caught them there. A group of infantry hiding in the basement was located, and the first drone to arrive broke down the door. The next drone entered the basement. The antennas used for communication and drone control in the houses were hit one by one. Russian drones hit what we can call sewage pipes or water pipes under the road with powerful munitions. Then a fire broke out, and the explosives inside exploded. The destroyed houses where the infantry were hiding were attacked by drones capable of dropping ammunition. In the same direction, the pickup truck with the infantry was hit by a precise calculation. The infantrymen abandoned the truck and went into the trees. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and like. UAV operators of the 36th Army and 40th Marine Brigade of the Vostok Group are conducting successive drone strikes on houses where airborne infantry units of the armed forces of Ukraine are located in the southern Donetsk direction. A satellite communication station and an R-18 heavy helicopter-type drone were detected in the Donetsk direction. Russian attack drones then swooped in without delay and struck the UAV control point. FPV UAV operators of the South Group destroyed a Zu-23-2 aircraft of the Ural base near the village of Tihonovka. A towed, double-barreled anti-aircraft gun camouflaged in a pickup truck was destroyed. Near Zapadnoy, the BMP-2 was abandoned as a result of the attacks. Then the attack drone arrived to deliver the final blow and was destroyed. Engineers of the 29th Guards Army of the Vostok Group destroy magnetic mines using helicopters, fishing line and magnets, and also mine the enemy's routes of movement by dropping PFM-1 from UAVs. South Donetsk direction. Kharkiv region, Konstantinovka Road. The BVS-10 Swedish-made tracked armored personnel carrier unloaded the infantry for their planned operation. After the infantry moved through the trees, the tracked armored vehicle set off. However, during the operation, Russian artillery continuously shelled them. After the armored vehicle set off, it was subjected to successive Russian FPV drone attacks. Finally, it parked helplessly on the side of the road and was finished. At the same time, the infantry advancing into the forest were subjected to incessant artillery fire. Fighting continues in the Kursk region and is intensifying. UAV control points in the houses inside the village are detected and hit by precise calculations. Drones are fighting against drones. The 155mm self-propelled guns of the Ukrainian armed forces were scrapped as a result of attacks by Russian FPV drones. Electronic devices cannot escape drone attacks. Communications are breaking down. Darkness is falling. In the direction of South Donetsk, the Russian army transmits the coordinates of the soldiers' hideouts to the artillery, and wherever they go, the hideouts are destroyed by powerful artillery strikes. footage of the 215th Reconnaissance Battalion of the 98th Guards Airborne Division of the Airborne Forces, working with drones. An operation was organized against a group of personnel in the Zaporizhzhia region. The operation, planned as a result of the harmonious work of Russian drone operators and soldiers, was successful. As a result of the correct guidance of the drone operators to the soldiers, the operations give the desired result. In the direction of Zaporizhzhia, reconnaissance drones detected an actively used trench. The coordinates were transmitted to attack drones, which immediately launched a succession of direct drone strikes on the trench. Later, another actively used position was detected just behind the trench, and a strike drone was sent there as well. Even if drones cannot cause catastrophic damage to these positions under the ground, they can often disrupt devices such as communications. In the direction of Kakhovka, drone operators of the Dnieper Group of Forces detected a fortress. The coordinates were then transmitted to the Orlan-10 drone operators. Without delay, the Orlan-10 drone was assembled and sent to attack the target. Main mission: reconnaissance, surveillance, target acquisition and guidance of artillery fire. Range: approximately 120 to 600 kilometers. Airtime: around 16 hours. Launch method: launch pad. Landing by parachute system. Orlan-10 usually launches indirect attacks by detecting targets and transmitting coordinates to artillery systems. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected the bunker of the self-propelled artillery installation of the Ukrainian armed forces. The attack drone was then sent in, and as a result of its accurate strike, the self-propelled gun was first burned and then destroyed with a massive explosion. The Russian infantry is dropping bags of explosives on the detected bunkers. This bunker, which had already been hit by FPV drones, was blown up as a result of the bomb dropped by the infantry. FPV drone operators reported the coordinates of a detected bunker to a Russian soldier, who proceeded to the entrance of the bunker with slow, silent steps. He threw a backpack full of explosives inside and quickly walked away. Two Russian soldiers throwing grenades one after the other into a small bunker. According to my estimates, there is no one in the bunker, but in order to take precautions and ensure security, they are destroying possible traps by throwing explosives one after the other. At close range, A Russian soldier throws a backpack full of anti-tank weapons into a shelter camouflaged with boards and walks away. In the direction of Kupiansk, positions of the Ukrainian armed forces were detected and destroyed one by Russian FPV drones. Lancet, ZALA Lancet, specialized for autonomous and kamikaze attack. Orlan 10 FPV, modification, capable of reconnaissance and target marking. Flying commercial FPV drones, cheap drones that can be modified to carry anti-tank or bombs. Tachyon FPV, a reconnaissance drone more resistant to electronic warfare systems. Russia and Ukraine are two countries that have used drones extensively in warfare. There are differences between the drones of both sides, but the most important differences are in technology, range, types of attack, and production processes. Russia focuses on larger, longer-range kamikaze drones. Ukraine uses lighter, faster, and more accurate FPV and UCAV systems more effectively. Both sides use electronic warfare systems to neutralize enemy drones. The artillery of the Vostok Group struck positions built in forested areas in the Rozliv settlement in the southern Donetsk direction. There are structures built in the forest for various purposes. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detect these points and transmit their coordinates to the artillery units. Artillery units then open fire at the designated position. As a result of the harmonious work of artillery and drone units, the targets are hit and destroyed. What do you think is the place of drones in modern warfare? Do you think drones are the main element that changes the course of war? You can write your thoughts in the comments section, but don't use bad words and don't fight. Calm down.